Home. Kelly, I'll let you introduce yourself because you have some credentials that I can't fully remember,
Oh,
but I'm really glad to have you here and cover
thanks.
this topic for our group.
Mahalo. Aloha, everybody. And I just wanted to clarify that that's a double rainbow, Ryan. So, um, even better. My name is Kili'i. I'm the presenter for these Energy Unplugged sessions. And because this is the Energy Alliance, you guys probably know a lot of this information, but this is just good to probably see what we're doing in the communities, and we're trying to basically get the residents to reduce their energy bills, reduce energy consumption, and as part of our 100% clean energy goal for Hawaii. So for you folks watching, I think best use of this presentation is to learn about the top 10 tips, which you may already know some of them. And also, I'd like to promote the session to all of you if you know any groups. We're trying to do these sessions in the counties of Maui and County of Hawaii as a priority. We have lots of groups in the city and county of Honolulu that have signed up to do sessions, but we definitely want to get to the neighbor islands as much as possible. So my name is Kaylee. I'm actually a contractor for Hawaii Energy, and I do these Energy Unplugged sessions in our communities, primarily on Zoom. Actually, I'll talk a little bit about that later. And this program is brought to you by Hawaii Energy, who's helping you to make smart energy choices. So I'll just get right into the presentation. And this is actually a shorter version of the session, which is about an hour long. So this will be maybe about 35 minutes. In the chat, you can go ahead and ask any questions as we get through the content. It's pretty straightforward, simple content. We're not going to be doing a lot of math. In fact, in these presentations, we don't really talk about any kilowatt hours, volts, ohms, doing a lot of math. It's just straightforward. What can you do at home to reduce your energy bill? And it starts off with talking about how energy consumption is invisible at home. So when we think about waste, it's really easy to see that when you see someone throwing away a plate of food, for example, into the trash. And that's really obvious. Hey, look at that person wasting all that food. That's all good food. It's not spoiled. Poho, what a waste. But our energy consumption at home and our waste at home is invisible because every day we have our habits, our normal habits. We get up, we get ready for work, we take our kids to school, we have to iron our clothes, we've got breakfast to put on. Even if you're retired, or if you don't have kids at home, you have a schedule to keep. You're meeting someone at 10 o'clock, or you're going to watch The Price is Right, whatever it is. Things have to happen throughout the day. And so we're not really being mindful of our energy usage. And that's why our energy waste is really invisible. So these presentations are created to help residents in Hawaii be cognizant of their energy consumption. If you have any questions during the presentation, you can put them in the meeting chat. I'm also going to be sharing some links for Hawaii Energy rebates. So in the top 10 habits, we talk about, these are the top 10 things that our electrical engineers at Hawaii Energy have come up with that they want residents to do to reduce their energy bills. And woven throughout that are the many rebates that Hawaii Energy has available for residents. So talking about some of those rebates as well. So we'll just get started with the number one tip, which is out with the old, in with the new Energy Star LED. And the point of this is to get all of you to have Energy Star LEDs in your entire home. And a really good example of the savings in energy costs is when you look at a typical family of four household, are on average 40 light bulbs. And these incandescent bulbs, the cracked bulb here in the screen, they cost 85% more to operate than the Energy Star LED. So you're paying 85% more in energy cost, and that's per bulb per year. And when you do the math on that, very simple math, it's $12 per bulb per year. Okay, so when you don't have LEDs and you use these incandescent bulbs, you're paying $12 per bulb per year in energy costs. So for a family of four household that has 40 bulbs times the 12, that comes to nearly $500 in energy cost savings if you change your light bulbs all to LEDs. So we encourage everyone to do that. Hawaii Energy has a lot of programs with participating retailers where you can get these LEDs for a reduced cost. Okay, anytime you see Pluggy, which is on the bottom left corner of the screen here, that's Hawaii Energy's mascot. When you see Pluggy around at the retail stores, that means that Hawaii Energy has offset the cost for some of these energy efficiency technologies to reduce the cost for residents. They also have a program where you can get these light bulbs for free, and I'm going to be talking about that at the end of the session. Stacey wants to see the comparison and math for Christmas light displays. Actually, that's a really good point. I'm going to make a little note to talk about that maybe in the session, and I'll add that in the future. All
There
right.
was a mom who wasn't sure if her bill went up because of her Christmas lights or not, and it was like $1,000 or something. So I was
Really?
like, "Do you have LED Christmas lights or not?"
Well, that's definitely, I'm going to add that in, especially leading up to the holidays. So that's a good point. Really quick, the difference between the light bulbs. I like to use the analogy of the cell phone. Okay. The incandescent bulb is like the flip phone. The CFL is like the iPhone 5, and the LED is like the iPhone 16, which I think is the most recent one. But basically, the incandescent is the oldest technology. And when we talk about efficiency, the newest technology is going to be the most efficient. So the CFL is kind of middle of the road. It's not as inefficient as the incandescent, but it's not as efficient as the LED. All right, so let's go to tip number 2, which is one fridge conquers all. Okay. And that means that we only want one refrigerator in the home. This is a really difficult tip for us local people. You know, we all like to have our second refrigerator in our garage for our poo-poo and hanging out with neighbors and friends and family. But really encouraging everyone to only have one refrigerator and make sure that it's Energy Star. Hawaii Energy has a really popular program called Rid a Fridge, where if you'd like to get rid of your second refrigerator, you can give them a call. They will schedule a time to come to your home and pick up your refrigerator, haul it away for free, and give you $75 as an incentive. Again, Hawaii Energy is trying to incentivize us with rebates and programs to help us reduce our energy bills. So Rid a Fridge is a really great program, and they organize a pickup of that second refrigerator. Uh, when you get rid of that second refrigerator, you'll save around $360 on your energy bill. Also, there's a 2 max limit. So if you have 2 refrigerators that need to be picked up, that's easy to organize. If you have more, it's possible, but they need to go through a different process for clearance. And also, it must be working. So it can't be a refrigerator you have in your yard with weeds growing all over it. That won't qualify for a pickup. So the Rid Fridge program is an excellent program to take advantage of if you have a second refrigerator that you want to get rid of. They also have a rebate for new refrigerators. So if you're in the market for a new refrigerator, you certainly don't have to purchase one, but when it comes time to get a new refrigerator for whatever reason, whether you're moving or if your last one went kaput, if it's not working anymore and you need a new refrigerator, go to a participating retailer like Home Depot or Lowe's, and they will help you out by giving you an application for a new refrigerator trade up. Okay. And how it works is you have to select a refrigerator that's energy efficient, which most refrigerators now are Energy Star. So the one that you want likely qualifies for this program. Have Home Depot or Lowe's haul away your old refrigerator and deliver this new refrigerator. The delivery man will sign off on the application showing that they picked up the old refrigerator and delivered the new one. Then you submit the application to Hawaii Energy and they will send you a check for $250. This is another example of Hawaii Energy trying to help us and incentivize us by reducing the cost of these energy efficient appliances and technologies. So this is a really great program to take advantage of when it comes time to purchase a new refrigerator. Hawaii Energy is working on an online application portal, which will be coming out soon, but for now we're still using paper. Okay, so there's a lot of value to this tip because we have the Rid a Fridge, the energy cost savings, and also the trade up rebate. All right. Someone asked, including the bar fridge. So it has to be 13 cubic feet. That's the rule for the refrigerators. It can be also the chest freezers. They also pick those up as well. All right. Stacy, is that savings annual or monthly? If it was for the refrigerators, it was annual. Okay. Tip number three, a quick shower a day keeps the bill at bay. So we're going to be talking about the hot water heater, which is the most expensive appliance in your home to power. Okay, so the hot water heater is really expensive to power. So we're going to be talking about the areas where we're using hot water, and that's going to be in the bathroom, in the kitchen, and in the laundry. But this tip's going to be focused on the bathroom. And we're going to be talking about hot water usage in the shower. Okay, hot water is really expensive. So what do we want to do? We want to reduce our shower time. All right, a 10-minute shower is 25 gallons of hot water. So just think of the milk gallon, 25 of those that the hot water heater has to use energy and make that water hot for you. 25 gallons for a 10-minute shower. Family of four bathing twice a day is going to be 200 gallons that the hot water heater has to prepare for you. So it's using a lot of electricity. The tip here is to reduce your shower time. 10 minutes from 10 minutes to 8 minutes. If you can do 5 to 8 minutes, that's going to make a lot of difference and impact on your energy bill. You can also get high efficiency shower heads as well as aerators, which help to reduce water waste. Okay. If a family of four reduces their shower time from 10 minutes to 8 minutes and showers once a day, they will pocket $385, basically keep that money instead of putting it into their energy bill. So this is an important tip because we're kicking off the hot water conversation. I'm going to be moving into the kitchen area. I'm going to be talking about hot water here. How do baths factor into that compared to showers? So baths take more water than showers do. So definitely want to do showers and maybe the soothing, relaxing bath maybe once a month if you can manage. Okay, good questions. Number four, dish out less sink water. Dishwashers, are they energy efficient? Anybody? Yes, they are. Dishwashers are energy efficient. They are designed to use the least amount of water to wash dishes. So get really good at stacking, fill them up all the way. Do not half fill them. They're going to use the same amount of hot water unless you have a special dishwasher. Use your dishwasher as much as possible. If you don't have a dishwasher, if you are the dishwasher, make sure you get a bowl, put some soap in it. We all know this old school method. Put some water in there, turn the water off, soap up all the dishes, then turn the water back on, rinse them off, and put them into the dish rack. You can also get an aerator for your kitchen faucet, and Hawaii Energy has those for free for residents as well. I'm going to be talking about that, the free stuff at the end of the presentation. If you use a dishwasher and you don't hand wash, on average for a family of four, you'll save around $170 on your energy bill. Let's move on to tip number 5, which is to use your ceiling fans. Use your ceiling fans. This is a beloved piece of hardware for people in Hawaii. Ceiling fans we all love, and they're really efficient when compared to ACs. So we're going to be talking about ACs as well. But window AC, ceiling fans, use them, open up your doors and windows, enjoy those breezes, and use your ceiling fans. Ceiling fan on for 12 hours a day for 30 days is going to cost around $8 per month, when compared to a window AC for the same amount of time is going to cost $100 per month. So $8 compared to $100 is a really big difference, okay? These ceiling fans need to be moving counterclockwise to push heat up to the ceiling and push the cool air down. We get a lot of people that come to this session that do a little audit of their ceiling fans as we're doing these presentations, and they find that their ceiling fans have been moving clockwise since they installed them years ago, and they haven't been getting any breezes. So if that's the case, look for this switch, this mysterious switch. Nobody knows what it does. It changes the direction of the ceiling fan. So if your ceiling fan is moving clockwise, turn it off, find this switch and turn it over, and then turn the ceiling fan back on, and it will move counterclockwise, okay? If you don't have this switch on your ceiling fan, it might be on your remote. Okay, so that's another thing. And if for some reason you can't find it, Google your ceiling fan model and ask how to change the direction. All right, but this should capture most ceiling fans. So use your ceiling fans, not your window ACs. If you switch from a window AC to a ceiling fan and you use it for 12 hours a day for 30 days, the savings per month will be $92. That's per ceiling fan. So again, that's an example of 12 hours a day. So it depends on your usage. Now let's talk a little bit about ACs because a lot of people use ACs. Last week, I went to Ka'u and did this presentation and said, how many of you have ACs? And nobody put their hand up. I guess Ka'u's really cool. But I did still go over this tip because this is important, the AC tip, okay? So the AC tip is malama your AC. I'm going to be talking about rebates first, and my favorite kind of rebate is the instant one at the cash register. So if you're at Home Depot or Lowe's or participating retailers, actually, I'm going to put a link in the chat that'll send you to the webpage with the participating retailers. That's who Hawaii Energy is currently working with to reduce the cost of energy efficiency technologies. Window ACs that are energy efficient, you get a $45 instant rebate. If they're around 3 to 5 years old, you'll save around $85 a year on your energy bill. Okay. But the value of this tip really is talking about how you can help to reduce how you can help to reduce waste and be efficient while using your AC. So this is a 4-bedroom home. We got the bathrooms, the bedrooms, and the living area. And if it was last weekend, you know, some people will be watching the Super Bowl in their living room, you know, making stew or having lunch or whatever they're going to do. And everyone's going to be in this main living area. So all of these doors should be closed. If the AC is on in the living area, what we're trying to do is manage the square footage that the AC has to cool. So the higher the square footage, the more energy has to be used for the AC to cool the entire space. It's going to want to cool the space to the degree that you set it at. And if all these doors are open, all of the rooms will have to fill with cool air in order to get the living room and the thermostat and the AC to reach that temperature. So close these doors, and guess what? You're going to cut your bill, you know, by 2/3 because this is just 1/3 of the house that needs to be cooled. Make sure your lanai door, your front door, and your windows are closed so that the AC is contained and it only needs to cool that one space and air isn't escaping. So managing the square footage that you're cooling, really important. If you're in the bedroom, okay, same rule. Close your bedroom door and just enjoy your AC in your bedroom. Okay. Temperature. 70 degrees or higher is completely fine. The point of the AC is to make sure that we're not uncomfortable. Okay. If you have blankets on and hoodies and a beanie on and feels like it's wintertime in Boston, then the temperature is way too low. It should be at 70 degrees or higher. So that's another important tip. Filters must be cleaned out at least once a month if you use your AC a lot. If not, maybe once every 3 months. This is what they look like. You open up the front tab on the window AC or the split AC, and you're going to see this. This is mold and dirt and dust. And the AC is going to have a difficult time pushing cool air through all of that. It's going to have to use more energy. So we want to clear that area, clear that filter, pop that out. You can rinse it off, let it air dry, and then put it back into the AC. Okay, it should be clear pathway for the AC. Finally, you should get what's called an AC tune-up. Okay, so in our with our cars, what do we do every couple of thousand miles? We get an oil change. So similar kind of concept with these larger split AC systems. You need to maintain them once every year to year and a half and get an AC tune-up. That's when a contractor will come in, take the AC apart, flush it out, oil the coils, you know, do everything they need, all the maintenance so that the AC is running properly. If your AC is making a funny noise, if it is dripping water, or if it smells funny, you're overdue for this service. Hawaii Energy has teamed up with a number of contractors to provide this service to you for with a discount of $75. So they have a website on hawaiienergy.com where you can click on a Clean Energy Ally contractor, And they'll have a list of contractors that offer this discount. So definitely take advantage of that. I've just put the cooling link into the chat, and that'll lead you to this page for the tune-up, AC tune-up. All right, number 7, step away from the console. This is a tough tip for a lot of people in when I talk to groups. They have a difficult time with this. Gaming consoles are really expensive to operate. Each console uses the same amount of energy as 2 refrigerators. So if you have 2 refrigerators in your home and you have 1 gaming console, you're paying for 4 refrigerators. Some people have 2 gaming consoles, so they'd be paying for 6 refrigerators. They use a lot of energy. So the tip here, I'm not too harsh. I say cut your gaming in half, or reduce the amount of consoles to just 1 if you love to game. Definitely try and use low power mode when using these gaming consoles, but just know that they're very expensive to operate. So if you cut your gaming in half, you'll save the same amount that you would if you got rid of 1 refrigerator, which is around $360. At this point in the presentation, I like to tell everybody that we all have different priorities and things that we enjoy. Some people like to have their long shower. Some people like to game. So I think it's good to think about, hey, if I really need to have this gaming console, then I'm going to work really hard on the other 9 tips. Okay. And I'm going to be really committed. If I have to have that long shower, during the week, then I'm going to work really hard on the other 9 tips. So it's just about prioritizing and doing your best. Okay. Stacy, I love Stacy's got all the questions. Is that one that pulls power even if you aren't using it? Should it be unplugged when not in use? Yeah, so I'm actually going to get to the phantom energy tip, which is tip number 10. For the gaming consoles, they stay plugged in most of the time because my understanding is that they're always connected to Wi-Fi and updating. And it's different from when, we had, I don't know if I'm an 80s baby. So we had the Nintendos, those, they were not connected to Wi-Fi, so they're not using as much power, but people like to have them plugged in and connected to Wi-Fi at all times. So yeah, they're using 24/7. Tip number 8, and this is perfect segue for this tip, which is advanced power strip, please. So this is actually a product that helps to automate energy efficiency in the entertainment area, because this is an area where we're using a lot of energy. We have all of these electronics. We have TV, we have speakers, we got cable box, we got Wi-Fi, we have gaming consoles, we got chargers. And some people have this in their living room, their garage, their bedroom. So this is an area where we're really using a lot of energy. And the only thing that we really turn on and off is the TV. Everything else stays on. Nobody really, we're all conditioned to turn the TV on and off, but nothing else. And so these smaller electronics are on 24/7. So this is a great product that's going to help people automate energy efficiency in this area. And I'll explain what it does. Ta-da, this is it. Advanced power strip. Looks like a regular power strip, but it's advanced. Okay. What you do is you plug the TV into this outlet here, this puka. Okay. And all of the electronics that you want to follow the TV, you'd plug in here. So basically, when the TV is turned on, these electronics will be turned on at the same time. When the TV is turned off, they will turn off at the same time. So it's kind of like a mama duckling and their little duck's going to follow. Whatever the TV does, they're going to follow. So you might plug in here your sound bar. Stacy, if you have a gaming console, or if you're just asking, maybe you don't have a game console, you'd put that in here because that would turn off at the same time the TV would turn on and off. Okay, so there are some things that we don't want turned on and off with the TV, like Wi-Fi. I think we all agree that Wi-Fi now is an acceptable thing that we want turned on 24/7, and that's fine. So that would be plugged in here in these puka here, and that won't be affected by the TV. So this is a great product to have. Hawaii Energy sells them on their website, or you can get them on Amazon. They range anywhere from $40 to over $100, depending on surge protection and how many outlets and everything. But if you get a couple of these for a typical family of 4 household, you'll save around $215 on average on your energy bill. All right, tip number 9, we're going to continue the hot water conversation and move it into the laundry area, which is the final place where we're using hot water. And the number 9 tip is to clean up your laundry habits. I think we all know hot water is expensive, so we want to encourage everyone to use cold water when washing their clothes. Just think about how big that drum is that needs to get filled up every time you wash clothes. Don't use hot water, use cold water. The detergents we have now are really advanced, and it's going to do a great job cleaning your clothes. If you have a doctor or a nurse or a fisherman or a construction worker in the home and you need to use hot water sometimes for a deeper clean, or maybe kids with sports equipment, then that's acceptable. But 90 to 95% of the time, cold water usage it's going to be just fine. We don't have to use that hot water heater, which is the most expensive appliance to operate in your home. Okay. Secondly, we want people to hang up their clothes. This is a difficult tip because nobody wants to hang up their clothes. Nobody has time, nobody has space, and sometimes it's against, HOA rules. So if you must use your dryer, we do have some dryer tips for you. Okay. Um, Number one, time your load. Most people like to put it on max dry. That's just the easiest thing to do. But for smaller loads, that means that the dryer is going to be tumbling around for an extra 20 to 30 minutes. So we're using power for no reason. So try and get to know the types of loads of laundry that you're putting into the dryer. Get to know your dryer, see how long it takes to dry a smaller load, medium load, large load. And if you get to the dryer and the buttons and the zippers are burning you, then it's been in there for too long. I think we've all experienced that. Next tip is get some dryer balls. These are dryer balls. What they do is they tumble around in the dryer and they help to keep all of the clothes separated so that the hot air can distribute evenly. There are plastic ones and there are wool ones. These are wool ones in the image here. The only difference is that the wool ones have a softening effect. You can get these online. Someone said they saw them in Target and Walmart, but I know there's a store in Kaimuki that sells them. Keep It Simple, I believe is the name, but you folks are on Maui. I think one person is on Oahu. But online, you can also order them. Okay. This is another fun tip. Just if you're in a hurry, okay, and you need to get somewhere and dry some clothes, you can put a dry towel in with your wet clothes. It's going to absorb the moisture and it's going to quicken the dry time. So this is just a fun tip if you're in a hurry. If you hang up your clothes and you don't use your dryer, you'll save around $200 a year on your energy bill. All right, phantom power. Number 10, manage your phantom power. So this is what I think Stacy was talking about, the phantom energy draw. Some people call it vampire energy. And that happens when you have things plugged in around the house that you're not actually using, like your floor fan or your rice cooker or your phone charger. If you're not cooking rice and the rice cooker is plugged in, it's still drawing energy. So this represents about 10% of your bills. 10% of your bill every month is attributed to these items that are plugged in that you're not using. So it's actually a complete waste of energy. If you decide you want an extra 5-minute shower, you're going to pay for that. But at least you get the benefit of having the extra 5-minute shower. But for this, it's an absolute waste of money. So what you need to do is unplug these things around the house. And it's not your larger appliances. Okay, don't unplug those because that's uh, it's not you probably save some money doing that, but we don't recommend that. Don't even unplug your microwave. It's kind of the smaller things like your toaster oven, your coffee maker, your chargers, your floor fan, your rice cookers. Unplug those things and only plug them in when you're using them. Okay. If you pay attention to this, you'll save around $210 on your energy bill for a typical family of 4 if you unplug these smaller items around the house. Okay, let's see. Old thrifted power strips are also no good. No, so the power strips for the advanced power strips, Stacey, I think you asked that back in that last slide. The advanced power strips are a specific type of power strip that you need to purchase. Regular power strips don't turn, the smaller electronics don't follow the TV with regular power strips. However, you can use regular power strips for the last tip I talked about with unplugging things around the house. You can plug all your chargers into a regular power strip, and then you can turn the power strip on and off when you're charging. That power strip is going to block that energy draw. So that's a good use of power strips. Okay. So the top 10 habits we talked about, the top 10 tips with the rebates and this would be the first year for a typical family of four, along with the rebates, value of the rebates, and the energy cost savings, really starts to add up for the entire year. And what can we use this money for? Other essential bills like rent, mortgage, food, and family phone bill is obviously now high on the list of essential bills. So there are other things we can use this money for. People in Hawaii have 2 to 3 jobs. And so that income that is deposited into our checking accounts, we want to keep that money there. We don't want it to go into our energy bill. Just a small electric bill challenge between me and all of you folks. Get your energy bills, put them up on your refrigerator. See what you're spending currently, do the top 10 habits, and follow your progress. Get everyone in your home to participate and encourage them so that you can see the difference that you're making. In the summertime, don't be discouraged because energy bills always go up in the summer. But try and do this and see what you folks can do. Keep that money in your pocket and not in your energy bill. And also, when you get to save money, you have a positive impact on Hawaii's environment as well. So not only do you get to keep that money in your pocket, but you get to have a positive impact on our environment and on our 100% clean energy goal. So this program is brought to you by Hawaii Energy. They're here to educate, to incentivize, and to motivate everyone to make smart energy choices. Their mission is to empower island families and businesses to make smart energy choices, to reduce energy consumption, save money, and pursue a 100% clean energy future. This is the program where you get the free stuff. I just have a few slides left. It's called Energy Smart for Homes. So they have a contractor called Pono Homes that helps them with this. They're offering free Energy Star LEDs, high efficiency shower heads, high efficiency faucet aerators, and the advanced power strips for anyone that signs up. And how it works is you have to be a resident of the city and county of Honolulu, county of Maui, or county of Hawaii to qualify. County of Kauai and Waikiki residents pay $60 or on a different plan. But that's really still a lot less than the value of these products. And who pays for all of these rebates and these programs? There's actually a portion in your energy bill that goes to our 100% clean energy goal initiatives that Hawaii Energy is charged with achieving. And so these programs are coming back to you. Programs and rebates are coming back to you. They're already coming out of your energy bill, so you should take advantage of these programs. That's basically the end of the presentation. I just wanted to add that if you are interested in this session for a group on Maui or on Oahu, for whoever's signed on Oahu, let me know. We have a great program where it's actually a fundraising program. So a lot of sports teams sign up, but the group gets $5 for every person that over the age of 10 that they bring on and sign on to the session and listen to these top 10 habits. So I really need some Maui sessions. So for all you folks, if you have any schools or teams or church groups or any type of group, definitely let me know. That's my email address, kilii@energyunpluggedhawaii.com. And I will work together with you folks to do some sessions. I really need some Maui groups. So help me if you can, if you think of any group. And it doesn't have to be nonprofit. It can be for-profit, nonprofit. Okay. Finally, if you have any questions about rebates or programs with Hawaii Energy, rebates specifically, you can give them a call at these phone numbers. So that's an abbreviated version of the presentation. It's a bit longer. It's usually an hour long. But thank you for having me, and I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Thank you so much, Kili. I was wondering about the Energy Smart for Homes thing. If you did come to like an in-person presentation, is that something that you could like have those materials with you to give to people, or what is the
Uh,
best way for people to access those like
okay, so
stuffs?
thank you. Actually, I forgot to mention, if any of you are interested in that program, please, you can either let Stacy know. All I need is your name, email address, a phone number, and the address where you would like the products installed. And I'll send that over to Hawaii Energy, and they will contact Pono Home, which is the installation group, and they will call you to schedule a time, and they come to your home and install all the products. So the products are free, the installation's free, 100%. Pono Home has other products that they sell that they could also install, but the products that I talked about are completely free. So that's funded by this 100% clean energy goal. As far as free products at presentations, they don't do that. The only way to get the free products is if you sign up for Energy Smart for Homes, and they will come and install it for you. Another way is to just get reduced costs items from participating retailers. You can pick those up at a reduced cost and install them yourselves. Those are basically the two ways to do it.
Thanks for
Yeah.
clarifying that.
No
Ryan,
problem.
you had a question, Ryan?
Hi. Excuse me. Thanks. Great presentation. Um, I I had some general questions, I guess, and then some of them I guess, are probably for the broader group, just general discussion points, I guess. But my first question was, do you have any stats on incandescent light bulbs? How many are still in use? I'm just curious.
I
Like,
don't, but that's actually a really good question.
I mean,
And I can ask Hawaii Energy, the engineers over there, and send that fact over to Stacy.
yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm just curious because that's, and then I guess, and I don't expect you to answer this. This is, I guess, a question for the broader group, which maybe we can address once your presentation is done. But uh, the Trump administration, I think, just signed an executive order allowing for incandescent light bulbs to be sold again, and I'm just curious what people's thoughts are. Again, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I just think this is it's very interesting to me, like something that I felt like was dealt with, I think, over 10 years ago with on the federal level is now back on the table where you can go purchase an incandescent light bulb from Home Depot, which you couldn't do previously, right? The incandescent light bulbs that were out there were like leftovers in the system. So, anyways, you don't have to answer that. But I do have a final question. And this is a broad question, but it does have a point at the end that you could possibly answer. One of the challenging issues I have with efficiency discussions like this, which are super critical, right? Because efficiency is 30% of our RPS, or should be, right? We should be shooting for that, right? And it is low hanging fruit. But in a place like Hawaii, and Stacy and I deal with this because we fight a lot of other kind of developments and stuff as we go along. In a place like Hawaii, the challenge right now is you're like telling local people like, hey, you got to take an 8-minute shower or a 5-minute shower when you have people who are coming from the mainland to visit and are taking 2, 3. We Stacy and I were just at a planning commission meeting where one of the planning commissioners was talking about how a resort needed more water because someone on vacation might take 2 or 3 showers a day. And so therefore the resort was allowed to have 1,600 gallons. I'm not going to give the number because I'll get it wrong. But so, and I'm just curious, like, how do we? Because I fully agree with you on good points, solid points, low hanging fruit. Water heater sucks, but it's also frustrating, right? When Hawaii, we have these high energy costs, and yet some of us are subsidizing some of these other people in these hotels who do have their AC at 68, not 71, right? Who do have, so my question is does Hawaii Energy have any stats? And this is my pointed question on comparison of energy use of a non-resident tourist to a resident. And how I'm just brought, and I'm not trying to, I promise these aren't gotcha questions. I'm so thankful for you coming and sharing your energy and your knowledge with us. But I'm just curious if that's something that Hawaii Energy also had.
So don't worry, I don't feel like you got me. Um, I think so. For my primary purpose is to talk to residents. Hawaii Energy has a business sector and people who work on the hotels, and try to get them to reduce their use and their waste. As we know, corporations like to do whatever they want to do. They do have an department or an area or a person that handles that specifically. For me, with the residents, I guess my view and my perspective is not take a shorter shower so a visitor can have a longer shower. My perspective is that cost of living in Hawaii is high. These are some tips for you to reduce your costs at home. So the discussion in the sessions is not as much political. And for this kind of group, this is totally the spot where this kind of discussion would take place. And if people ask those questions, we do have a discussion, but it rarely happens. Normally the feedback is, this is something I didn't know. This is something I really want to do. And so my job is to really try and get the residents to reduce their use overall. And Hawaii Energy is working on those hotels and trying to get them to do some transformational work as well. And I know that I'm super on the same page as you, Ryan. That's like really frustrating. And I actually come from the visitor industry. That's my background. So when I moved home, when I was 22, I got a job at Hawaii Tourism. And my job specifically was to try and move the money that we're using from marketing necessarily and put that into product in Hawaii. And that specific tourism dollars can benefit Hawaii programs and not necessarily go back into the visitor industry. So I'm completely aware of what you're talking about. As far as these presentations go, though, they're just super directed to families, small things that they can do to save money. And I think it would really be beneficial for this group if the person that handles the hotels at Hawaii Energy, I'm a contractor, by the way. I just do educational work, so I don't work, I'm not an
Well,
employee of
yeah,
Energy. Yeah. But they have someone, I think they should come and talk to you folks about that, especially in the Maui communities. You have the resorts, and there's been all that news too about specific communities that are taking more water, have cheaper water, all that kind of stuff. I think that would be really beneficial, Stacy, if you want to reach out to them, and I can help too to find out who that person would be, and that would be good to come and talk to you folks. Thanks, Ryan.
no, that was awesome response, and I kind of hope that they would, I guess I'm thinking out loud. I'm probably Stacy and I may at the next Maui Planning Commission suggest that they put a condition that visitors start to get energy education as well. Right? We're seeing that we've worked really hard to, and the commissioners are starting to do that. A new resort, like, hey, we want to make sure that there's, that the visitors have knowledge about how special this place is and what not to do, whatever. But I think, it'd be awesome to get you to go start, to transition to that. Cause I think that I'm just talking out loud, right? And I super appreciate your chatting with us about this. Cause I think that makes it easier for us to do it too, right? It's like, hey, we're taking it, and we are taking it because it sucks. Cause it's, I just got off solar after being on solar for 10 years because we're fixing our house, and I'm like, oh my gosh, for the first time in a long time, I'm like taking shorter showers. It's like the money hurts. I'm like, wow, this is expensive when I don't have solar, right? But it seems like if it would be awesome if we could also start to share that with those visitors as they come. And I know that's not on you, right? I'm just kind of talking out loud.
Oh,
That
yeah.
I think that's something that Stacy and us others at the Maui Planning Commission need to say, hey, Grand Wailea is using 800 kilowatts per person versus 220 for the resident. Let's let them know. Let's try to bring that down because that helps everybody, right? The lower the load, the lower everything, that helps everybody. And I think it makes it easier for us if we know, hey, they're turning the lights off a little bit, right? So,
Yeah.
hey, thank you for having the conversation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. And I was going to say the Hawaii Tourism Conference, so the Hawaii Tourism Authority has initiatives, for tourism, and a lot of them are environmental. So in the Hawaii Tourism Conferences, they have a lot of sessions where they're talking about this. There was one where they had some hotel CEOs and asked them specifically, how much water are you using, per day? What's your electricity bill look like? Are you using renewable energies? Like, so one of the CEOs, he had all his data and he's talking about how he's improved it over the last 3 years, right? But the other ones didn't. So it's almost like there's certain hotels, I think, that, and there's the problem with hotels too, just really quick, and I know probably have to end this meeting, but the problem with hotels is that these big branded hotels, they rotate CEOs every 3 years. It's just part of their management kind of style, and they want to send someone to Hong Kong and they want to send someone to Sydney and then go to Houston or something like that. So by the time the CEO gets here, we're trying to train them up, hey, this is Hawaii, this is what we want to do here. By the time we get them to catch on to that, we've already got a new CEO coming. So some of the CEOs have been here for a while, and they're saying, and these aren't the larger branded hotels, but there are a lot of the tourism is really interesting to me. It's an industry I think we need to get ahead of and grab hold of and be in charge of. So there's a lot of that conversation. I think the tourism conference might be interesting for you to go to, maybe see the schedule too. But I'm on the same page as you, Ryan. I totally agree with everything that you're bringing up. But thank you for having me. I know that I'm over my time. I don't know if anyone has any other questions. Otherwise, you can reach me. And don't forget, send me some groups, you guys. If you know any schools or any contacts for Maui, I want to do these sessions on Maui. I don't have a lot of groups on Maui right now. So
Well,
I'll put my email in the meeting chat.
thank you so
Mahalo.
much. Thank you so much for your time. You're not over time. This time was reserved for this. So, yeah.
Yeah, this was like the perfect. We have like 4 more minutes. So just if anybody who didn't get to ask a question yet has anything lingering, now's your time. I did want to say the dishwasher thing is funny to me because it's really hard to convince my mom to use her dishwasher. Like convincing my mom to use her dishwasher versus convincing my brother to stop using his Xbox. Those might be like equal battles.
Right.
No, that was a good tip. I forget, I've been in energy for almost 20 years now, and I keep forgetting that tip. And your dishwasher is more efficient and saves energy. And yeah, I'm doing a lot of hand washing now too. So now I'm not going to tell my wife because she's going to be like, we got to get a new dishwasher. So yeah, that's a solid tip.
But yeah, thank you. I will send a few groups the info
Yeah.
to see if they're interested in doing this as a fundraiser, but
Yeah,
we'll stay
$5
in
per
touch.
person. It's a great
Yeah.
fundraiser. Okay, mahalo, you guys.
Mahalo.
Okay,
Bye.
aloha, bye.
Thanks,
Eric had a
everybody.
question. Oh, I thought Eric had a question.
Oh,
All right. Well, we can end there then. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Okay.
right. Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Aloha.
Bye, everybody.
Uh-huh.